Hello everyone, I am Husen Basha Sanjwad, nursing tutor. Right now you are watching Husen nursing classes. In this class we are going to discuss in detail about the stomach. We are going to discuss about introduction of stomach, then location, then shape and capacity and curvature and parts of your stomach, then histology of your stomach, also blood supply to your stomach, then nerve supply and applied anatomy. So let's start the class with the introduction of your stomach. Introduction of your stomach. As you know, the stomach is one of the widest part, most dilated part of your GI tract. It is one of the most dilated or widest part of your GI tract. It is the widest part of your GI tract, and the upper part of your stomach is known as cardiac part, and the lower part and last part of your stomach is known as pylorus part or pyloric part. The upper part of your stomach is connected with your esophagus, and the lower part of your pylorus is continued with the duodenum. It is all about the introduction of your stomach. Next we are going to discuss about location, shape and capacity of your stomach. Location. Your stomach is occupy most part of your right hypochondrial region, epigastric region and left hypochondrial region. We are going to divide the abdominal parts such as like this. It is your right hypochondrial region, it is your left hypochondrial region, it is your right lumbar region, it is your left lumbar region, then it is a right iliac fossa region, it is a left iliac fossa region, it is your epigastric region, and it is your umbilical part, and this part is known as hypogastric part, stem part. And your stomach is located and it occupies the most part of your epigastric part, this part, and some part is going to occupy your left hypochondrium. It is going to occupy the most part of your epigastric part and left hypochondrial region. It is all about the location of your stomach. It is going to occupy the most part of your epigastric region and some part of your left hypochondrial region. It is all about the location of your stomach. Next we are going to discuss about the shape. Shape of your stomach is J shape. This shape is J shape of organ. The stomach is in your J shape. Yes. Next we are going to discuss about capacity of your stomach. Capacity of stomach. The newborn stomach can hold up to the 20 to 30 ml of milk. Only is going to hold up to 20 to 30 ml of your milk, but the adult stomach can hold up to 2 to 3 liter of milk, of food or liquid. It is all about the capacity of your stomach. Location is a epigastric part and left hypochondrial region. The shape of your stomach is J shape, and the capacity, the newborn having up to 20 to 30 ml of milk, and the adult stomach can hold up to the 2 to 3 liter of food. It is all about the introduction, location, shape and capacity. Yes. Next we are going to discuss about curvature of your stomach. The stomach having two curvatures. the stomach having, your stomach having two curvature. This curvature, like a stomach, it is a stomach, it having the two curvature. This curvature is known as lesser curvature, and this curvature is known as greater curvature. Your stomach having mainly two curvature. One is your lesser curvature, another one is greater curvature. It is all about the curvature of your stomach. Next we are going to discuss in detail about the parts of your stomach. The stomach having mainly four parts. Parts of your stomach. Parts of stomach. The stomach having mainly four parts. Let's draw the diagram. This first part is known as cardiac part. And the second part is known as, this part is known as your fundus part. And the third part is known as body of your stomach. And the fourth part is known as pyloric part. The stomach having mainly four parts. First part is known as cardiac part, second part is known as fundus part, third part is known as body, and fourth part is known as pyloric part. Let us discuss one by one. First part of your stomach is going to cover the superior end of your stomach. It going to cover the superior. Superior means the upper part. It going to upper part of your stomach is covered by your cardiac part, and the just near to the cardiac part there is a sphincter. This sphincter is known as lower esophageal sphincter. It is all about the first part of your stomach. The first part of stomach is known as cardiac part, which are going to cover the superior end of your stomach, and near to the just cardiac part there is a presence of lower esophageal sphincter. And next one is your fundus part. Fundus part is present just left and superior to your cardiac part. It is your cardiac part, and this present just superior means above and left to your fundus. Superior and left to your cardiac part. It is your fundus part. The fundus part having the bubbles. If you seen in X-rays, there is a presence of bubbles in the fundus part. It is second part of your stomach. The fundus part is located just superior and left to your cardiac part, and it's having the bubble of gases which are going to visible during the X-rays. It is all about the fundus part. And last part is your body part. The body of your stomach. The body of stomach is one of the widest part of your stomach. It is the widest part of your stomach, and it's present in between the fundus and pyloric part. It is about the body of your stomach. And last part is your pyloric part. The last part of your stomach is a pyloric part. It having the two part. One is your pyloric antrum. It divided in two parts. One is pyloric antrum, and second part is, this part is known as pyloric canal. The pyloric antrum part of your pylorus is connected with your stomach, and the pyloric canal, this part is connected with your duodenum. The pyloric part divided into two parts. One is pyloric part, pyloric antrum part. Another part is pyloric canal part. The pyloric antrum is connected with your stomach, and this pyloric canal, this second part is connected with your duodenum, and near to the there is a, in the pyloric canal there is a presence of your sphincter. There is a sphincter. This sphincter is known as pyloric sphincter. It is all about the parts of your stomach. First part is known as cardiac part, which are going to present and going to cover the superior part of your stomach, and there is in near to the cardiac part there is a presence of lower esophageal sphincter. Then fundus part just present superior and inferior to your cardiac part, and the body part is present in between your pyloric part and a fundus part. It is one of the largest part of your and widest part of your stomach, and pyloric part are divided into two parts. One is pyloric antrum, which connected with your stomach, and the pyloric canal, which continue with your duodenum, and just near to the pyloric canal there is the presence of sphincter. The sphincter is known as pyloric sphincter. It is all about the parts of your stomach. Next we are going to discuss about the histology of your stomach. Histology of your stomach. Histology of stomach. In histology, we are going to discuss about the different layers. The stomach is made up of mainly 4 layers. First layer, second layer, third layer, and fourth layer. The first layer is known as mucosa, and the second layer is known as submucosa layer, and third layer is known as muscular layer, and fourth layer is known as serosa. The stomach is made up of 4 layers. First layer is known as mucosa. First layer is mucosa. Second one is submucosa. Third one is muscular layer, and fourth one is serosa layer. We are going to discuss the layer one by one. First one is mucosa. The mucosa is one of the innermost layer. First layer of your stomach. It is innermost layer of stomach. It having the mainly 3 specialized cell. One is your mucus cell, then parietal cell, then chief cell. The mucus cells which are going to secrete the mucus. These mucus cells which are present in the mucosa, they are going to secrete the mucus. This mucus is going to protect the stomach, protect the inner lining of your stomach, and you're going to protect the action of your pepsinogen, because the pepsin is going to helpful for digestion of proteins. So it's going to protect the stomach inner lining from the action of your pepsin, and going to protect your inner lining of your stomach. And second one is a parietal layer, which are going to secrete the HCl, hydrochloric acid, and intrinsic factor. And your third layer is going to secrete the pepsinogen. The first layer is your mucus, which are going to mucus layer, which are going to secrete the mucus, which are going to protect the inner lining of your stomach. And second cell is going to produce your HCl. HCl is helpful for the it's going to maintain the acidic environment in your stomach for the activation of many enzymes, and it also going to kill the any bacteria, virus, parasite which are going to enter into the stomach through the foods. It's going to kill it. Also, the function of HCl is going to convert the pepsinogen. It is an inactive enzyme. It is inactive in form. It is going to convert the pepsinogen into the pepsin. It is done by your HCl. The chief cells are going to produce the pepsinogen. Pepsinogen is inactive form of your pepsin. The pepsinogen is converted into the pepsin by your HCl. It is all about the functions of your HCl. It is going to convert the pepsinogen into the pepsin. The pepsin is helpful for the digestion and metabolism, absorption of your proteins. And next one is chief parietal cells are going to secrete the intrinsic factor, which is helpful for the absorption of vitamin B12. The intrinsic factor helpful for the absorption of your vitamin B12. These all are the special cells of your mucosa layer. The mucosa layer having the mucus cell, parietal cell, and chief cells, and they are helpful for the secretion of gastric juices and helpful for the digestion of protein. It is all about the mucosa layer. And second layer of your stomach is your submucosa. Second layer of stomach is your submucosa. Submucosa layer. The submucosa layer of your stomach having the blood vessels and the lymphatic vessels and nerves, and it is going to helpful for the is going to provide the nutrition blood supply to your stomach in order to proper function of your stomach. It is a nourishment layer because it contains the nerves, lymphatic vessels, blood vessels, nerves, which is helpful for the proper function, and it is going to provide the nutrition to your stomach. The submucosal layer is also known as nourishment layer. It is going to nourish your stomach, all layer of your stomach. And third layer is your muscular layer. The third layer of stomach is your muscular layer. It is having the specialized muscles which are going to develop the peristaltic movement, the wave-like movement, which are helpful for the mixing of food with your gastric juice, and they are going to propel the food. They can facilitate the food from your stomach, from your stomach towards your like pyloric antrum. From pyloric antrum, it is going to facilitate towards your duodenum. The function of muscular layer, it is going to start the peristaltic movement, which are helpful for the mixing of food, chime with your gastric juice, and going to propel it is going to pass the food towards your duodenum. It is all about the function of your muscular layer. And last layer is your serosa layer. And last layer of stomach and outermost layer of his stomach is serosa layer, which are going to protect your stomach from outside structure, and also helpful for the stabilizing your stomach. It is all about the layers of your stomach. The first layer is your mucosa, which are going to having the specialized cells which are going to formation of gastric juice. Then submucosa, it contains the blood vessels and nerves and lymphatic vessels which are going to nourish your stomach. Then the muscular layer contains the specialized muscles which are going to generate the peristaltic movement, which is helpful for the mixing of chyme with your. Next one is serosa layer, which are going to protect your stomach from the outside structures. It is outermost layer of your stomach. It is all about the layers and histology of your stomach. Next, we are going to discuss about the blood supply to the stomach. Blood supply to your stomach. Blood supply. Blood supply, we have the arterial blood supply. Arterial blood supply. Then we have venous drainage, which are going to drain the unpurified blood from your stomach. Venous drainage. Arterial blood supply done by your mainly two arteries which are going to supply the purified blood to your stomach. Mainly we have the many arteries, but the especially three arteries which are going to supply the purified blood to your stomach for the proper functioning of your stomach. The arteries name are left and right gastric artery, then short gastric artery. These three arteries which are going to supply the purified blood to your stomach for the proper functioning of your stomach. One is right gastric artery, another one is left gastric artery, and last one is short gastric artery. And the venous drainage means the unpurified bloods which are come out from your stomach through the veins. The purified blood is going to enter into stomach, and unpurified blood are going to use your stomach through the specialized veins. Names are left and right gastric vein and short gastric veins. The arteries which are going to supply the purified blood, and the veins are going to drain the unpurified blood. The venous drainage is done by the mainly three veins. One is left gastric vein, right gastric vein, and short gastric vein. It is all about the blood supply to your stomach. Next, we are going to discuss about the nerve supply to your stomach. Is nerve supply. Nerve supply to your stomach. The nerve supply done by two nerves. One is parasympathetic nerve, nerve. Then first one is parasympathetic nerve supply, parasympathetic nerve supply, and second one is your sympathetic nerve supply, sympathetic nerve supply. The parasympathetic nerve supply is done by your vagus nerve, which is the largest, one of the largest nerve of your body. They are going to, the vagus nerve is going to increase your gastric juice secretion, increase the gastric juice secretion. Also they are going to increase the peristaltic movement of your stomach in order to facilitate the function of your digestion, is done by your vagus nerve. And the sympathetic nerve supply done by your fibers from your celiac, the fibers which are going to originate from the celiac, they are going to decrease the gastric juice secretion, they are going to decrease the gastric juice secretion. Also they are going to decrease the peristaltic movement of the stomach. It means they are going to slow down the digestion. Dekho, the nerve supply is done by the, in nerve supply there is specialized nerves. One is parasympathetic nerves, then the sympathetic nerves. The parasympathetic nerves, the special nerve is vagus nerve, which are going to increase the gastric juice secretion. Also they are going to increase the peristaltic movement, and also they are going to facilitate the digestion, force the digestion. But the sympathetic nerve supply done by your fibers from your celiac, they are going to decrease the gastric juice secretion. Also they are going to slow down your digestion process. It is all about the nerve supply to your stomach. Next we are going to discuss about the applied anatomy to your stomach. Applied anatomy. Applied anatomy. Applied anatomy means the conditions, the diseases which are going to occur to your stomach. The first one is gastritis. Second one is peptic ulcer, and third one is stomach cancer, also known as stomach carcinoma, stomach cancer. Gastritis means it is an inflammation of your lining of your stomach. The innermost layer of the stomach is known as mucus. There is an inflammation of innermost layer of your stomach, also known as mucosa, is known as gastritis. And peptic ulcer means there is a formation of ulcer inside your innermost layer of your stomach, which is mucosa, is known as peptic ulcer. Then stomach cancer means there is a formation of malignant tumor into your stomach, is known as stomach cancer. It is all about the applied anatomy. Let's summarize the whole stomach. We discuss about the in detail about the introduction. In introduction we discuss as a stomach is one of the most dilated part of your GI tract, and the first part of your stomach is known as cardiac part, and the last part of stomach is known as pyloric part. Then we discuss about the location. It is located in the, it going to occupy the most of the part of your epigastrium and also some part of your left hypochondrial region. Then the shape of your stomach is J in shape. Then capacity is going, the newborn stomach can hold up to the 20 to 30 ml of milk, but adult the stomach is going to hold up to the 2 to 3 liter of food. It is all about the capacity. Then curvature, we discuss about the curvature. The stomach having the mainly two curvature. This curvature is known as lesser curvature, and this curvature is known as greater curvature. Then we discuss about the parts of your stomach. The first part of the stomach is known as, this part is known as cardiac part, and this part is known as fundus part, and this part is known as your body of the stomach, and the last part of the stomach is known as pyloric part. The pyloric part is divided into the two subparts. One is pyloric antrum and another one is pyloric canal. It is all about the parts of your stomach. Then we discuss about the histology. In histology we discuss about the special layer of your stomach. First layer is mucosa, and second layer is submucosa, and third layer is muscular layer, and fourth layer is your serosa layer. And then we discuss about blood supply. The blood supply, the arterial blood supply done by the left and right and short gastric artery, and the venous drainage is done by the left, right and short gastric veins. Then nerve supply done by the mainly two special nerves. One is sympathetic nerve, another one is parasympathetic nerve. The parasympathetic nerve supply done by the vagus nerve, and the sympathetic nerve supply done by your fibers which are going to originate from your celiac. Then you discuss about the applied anatomy. In applied anatomy, you discuss about the various conditions, disease conditions which are going to occur to your stomach. The first condition is gastritis. It is an infection, inflammation of your stomach lining, and the peptic ulcer means there is a formation of ulcers inside your stomach, and the stomach cancer means there is a formation of malignant tumor inside your stomach. Thank you for watching the video till the end. अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छा लगा तो मेरे वीडियो को लाइक करो और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो और कमेंट करो. थैंक यू.